Well, as you mentioned, tonight's focus is going to be foreign policy. Everybody is going to be watching now vice presidential pick JD Vance's speech tonight. And it's interesting that it comes on the night when foreign policy is the highlight, because he has been one of the staunchest opponents of Ukraine aid in the Senate. Now, I want you to take a listen here. I had the chance to catch up with him back in February when that big supplemental assistance package, which included aid to Ukraine, was stalled in Congress. And he was one of those senators who was saying that we should not pass it. Take a listen to why he was going to do that, what he told me when I actually had the chance to catch up with him in our Bloomberg DC offices.
We're actually sending weapons to Ukraine so fast that it's eliminating our ability to plan for a contingency in East Asia, in the Middle East, or something else that would affect our own national security. So it's good to make more American weapons with American workers and in American factories. It's bad to send them overseas at a faster rate than you're actually building them.
Previously called the war in Ukraine unwinnable. Bloomberg News is reporting European officials say Vance's nomination is fueling anxiety that allies will have to do more to keep U.S. assistance to keep flowing, with one Ukrainian official calling the nomination, quote, a very difficult scenario for us. You heard Vance there advocate for replenishing the U.S. defense industrial base before all else. It strikes a similar tone to former President Trump on the issue, promoting more protectionist policies. Now, Joe and Kaylee, as you know, former President Trump, when he was in office, threatened having the U.S. withdraw support from NATO, urging other allies in the alliance to up their defense contributions. JD Vance has said similar things as well.
Well, and Tyler, when we think about protectionist policies, often we also think about tariffs. And we know that both JD Vance and Donald Trump have had their eye on China in that regard. What should we expect to hear about that this evening?
Right. Well, when you heard Senator Vance referencing replenishing our defense industrial base, he's talking a lot about those rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific and making sure that the U.S. military and our own weapon stockpiles at home are up to the levels that they need to be, particularly as Bloomberg News continues to report on China building up their own military capabilities. Now, shortly after he received the nomination earlier this week, one of the first statements he made was that he feels that China is our, quote, biggest threat that the U.S. is facing.